Hey, I'm Melody Davis. Welcome to Greensboro. I'm excited you're here. Please like and follow me on YouTube as we'll be putting out new content every week, and I will be talking about all things home related. I love real estate. I have since I was a little girl. It's actually fun to me. I know that isn't to everybody, but it's actually fun to me, so I love talking about it. I can talk about it all day long. So we're going to talk about some of the great things about living in Greensboro. People are often surprised about how much we have in Greensboro and what we have to offer. So today we're actually going to talk about all those things. Of living is actually really low here compared to places around the nation. Price per square foot when you purchase a home is so much lower. Even new construction is so much lower than places like New York, LA, Miami, and even places like Charlotte. A lot of people love Charlotte because there's a ton of things to do, which is great. We're only actually about an hour and a half from Charlotte, so it makes a day trip extremely easy. We're about an hour and a half from Raleigh, which makes that a fun place to visit too. We're about 2 hours from the mountains and about 3 hours from the beach. So being central in North Carolina is actually quite a benefit to living in Greensboro. And so in this video, we're going to talk about what to expect while you're here, whether or not you want to choose Greensboro or Summerfield, Oak Ridge, Pleasant Garden, McLeansville, because I cover all of those areas. I've lived here for 30 years, I actually grew up in Winston-Salem, so I've spent the majority of my life in the Piedmont Triad, and I love it so much. So there's a lot of great things we're going to talk about today. So actually, what is the Piedmont Triad? You may be wondering what I'm even talking about. Piedmont Triad is made up of 3 different cities: Winston-Salem, Greensboro, and High Point. We all have distinctive things about our cities that make them different. They're all great. I grew up in Winston-Salem. I live in Greensboro now and have for 30 years, and High Point's another great little town. And so you get the best of all 3 worlds by living in any of the 3 cities. Oftentimes people that are relocating here have bigger budgets because they're used to selling in other places, and so they have more cash to spend here in our area, which is great. Again, our cost of living is so much lower. Price per square foot is so much lower. So you're actually going to be really pleased with what you find. Real estate is regional in nature, and a lot of people that do relocate here often are surprised by how well our property values hold. I can't tell you how many times I've had clients relocating who've wanted to make an offer so much lower because they think the housing industry is falling, or they've seen on the news that the housing industry isn't good. That actually doesn't apply to Greensboro at this time, thankfully. One, we actually still have a shortage of inventory. We don't have enough housing for the amount of people that are relocating to this area. So it becomes a supply and demand thing where people are holding onto their homes and their home values are actually staying really strong, which means if you decide to purchase a home, you have to bring a strong offer because pricing is usually around 97% of the list price right now. So that's a good thing when you're selling and something to understand when you're a buyer. Property taxes are also something in Greensboro we've been dealing with recently, where our property values, because they've gone up, our local government has decided to change the system to where you're not taxed on tax value, you are taxed on market value. So that is something that we're watching and something that's shifting actually this year, but it's still, again, extremely affordable compared to other places in the country and even other places in North Carolina. Just like anywhere though, certain neighborhoods demand higher prices, certain areas demand higher prices. Summerfield and Oak Ridge are actually 2 of those areas that I work in a lot. Lived in Summerfield, it's wonderful. Pricing remains higher in Oak Ridge and Summerfield because of the demand and because people are still willing to spend more, because a lot of people like the school districts. So whether you're in the city or the county, I can work with you all the different areas where you're interested in, where you want to be, what's important to you. If you're interested in being 5 minutes from Target, for instance, you probably don't want to live in Oak Ridge or Summerfield because when you live out there, it tends to be a 20-minute commute to get into town. So I'll go through those things with you when we meet and talk about what's important to you, what's not important to you, what kind of lifestyle you live. So those are all things that we'll discuss because I want your home to be a happy home and I want it to be potentially a forever home for you. In Greensboro, we actually have really amazing neighborhoods like Fisher Park. Fisher Park is one of our original neighborhoods. It has a lot of historic homes. It's beautiful. It's within walking distance of downtown. So a lot of people tend to navigate towards neighborhoods like that, or Sunset Hills. We have Starmount and we have Irving Park. Those are golf course communities within the town limits. So again, people like to be where their friends and family are or where there's things to do that are important to them. So again, knowing what your lifestyle is and what's important to you is what's important to me. If you're looking for a neighborhood that has sidewalks or mature trees, or you want houses that are already established, there's certain neighborhoods we can look at. If you're wanting brand new construction, if you're wanting more land, those are things that we'll talk about too, because certain areas of Greensboro have more land and more opportunities for those kind of things than others. So it just again depends on what you're wanting to see. What's important to you? Do you like going to restaurants? Do you like walking? Do you want to go to the baseball stadium? Again, downtown Greensboro has a ton to do as well, and it's been revitalized over the past 20 years, and so there's a ton of shopping and restaurants and museums and lots of fun art galleries downtown Greensboro, which we'll talk about today as well. Greensboro actually has a ton of green space, and we even have something called a greenway. A greenway is actually a place that is set aside for residents or visitors to ride bikes or walk. There are trails around the city. We have a path around the city, which you can actually see here, which I can send to you, or we actually have a path that goes from downtown all the way up to Summerfield. It's great if you want to ride your bikes, if you want to go for walks, walk your dog, whatever it may be, we have the green space for it. They actually also have activities and classes along the way. The city provides these and they're free usually. So there's a ton to do with the green space. And again, if you're an outdoor enthusiast, you'll love Greensboro. Another great thing about Greensboro is the fact that we have a lot of different lakes and lake types. We have Lake Jeanette, we have Lake Townsend, we have Lake Brant, where you can go kayaking. They're public, some are private, but they're different areas that have a lot of water and they're just beautiful places to even live. So if you don't want to live at the lake, but you want a water view, we have options for you. We have a ton of employment opportunities here in Greensboro, and if you're relocating here for a job, you already know that. We have a lot of technology coming into the Piedmont Triad, especially into Greensboro, which is why we have so many people relocating here. So there's a ton of employment, tons of different job options, tons of different neighborhoods like we've discussed. So again, we have a lot of people who want to be here because the cost of living is so much lower and because there's so many job opportunities. So again, if you fall in that bucket, I would love to help you. We also have a lot of people coming here from the Northeast because our climate is usually pretty mild, which is great. We don't have a lot of snow and ice. We don't typically have a lot of bad weather as far as rain and hail and things like that, but we do have some humidity in the summer. So that is interesting when people come here and feel the heat in July and August. They are not used to our climate here, but for the most part, again, people love it, especially if you're from the Northeast, because we don't have the cold winters that you might be used to. If you're relocating to Greensboro, you might be interested in our school systems and what our school choices are. We actually have quite a few. Of course, we have public schools. We've got some great public schools. We have charter schools where you apply and you're part of a lottery system to get in. We have magnet schools, and then we have specialty type schools, and of course, private schools. So the world is your oyster, as they say, when it comes to education and finding what it is that is interesting to you. Some schools do better with sports. You know, you may have a child who wants to play football, and some schools are better and have better teams, or they focus more on certain athletics. We have private schools that are focused on STEM. We have all different choices. So again, we can talk about all that if you're thinking about relocating, or if you've definitely decided to relocate. I'm happy to discuss all of those with you. So I'm happy to help you again if you're interested in relocating to Greensboro. Just hit me up. My phone number is in the banner, and you'll see my contact information below. Feel free to call or text anytime, and I'll be in touch. Thanks.